What you think, Chico? Jolly ball? Come on. Good boy. And sit. Good. Heel. Good. Break. Alright. So is it a big deal if you have the toy in your hand all the time? Where they can see? Right, so the competition guys, they take and they hide it under their, they start with it, and then they hide it under their thing, they put it over their shoulder, right? And they put it under their other sidearm. They start bringing it from elsewhere. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. That jogged my memory. Because the dude was like, they get used to the treat, and then they always have to have the treat. Right? Ready, heel. Good. And front. Good. Enough. Ready, side. Come on. Good. Break. You start to jump just because I move my hand a little. Now, I don't know how to, I do know how to get away from toys, but it's the same as food. Just because you use it doesn't mean you always have to use it. The people always, it seems like in the videos, people always make arguments for what they do, and using the extreme of what other people do, right? So, using the food to do stuff, you fade the lure out and you turn it into a reward, right? And then you go to random rewarding, and then you go to, which is you ask for a lot more stuff before you reward. But the way you go from, so say you do a lure, you then do just a hand motion, and then it's hand to the treat to the dog, right? So it's like, just because you use it to start with doesn't mean you always have to have it in your hand. But that was the guy's argument. If I use this, then the dog's not coming back to me. Well, eventually the dog starts, because he's recall, right? Eventually the dog comes back to you because you're giving it affection instead of the treat. So you start with the food, then you go to the affection. And I always say you don't even have to use food in it, because if the dog likes affection, affection is your better, most connecting. Is that the word I'm looking for? Mentally connecting, right? Now, some dogs, they don't like the affection, so it obviously doesn't work for them. But when your dog likes affection, it fires more brain chemicals. So anyways, you randomize it, right? And then, like when I'm out here, they all go away, and then they might sit there and they might beg for a minute, and then they'll eventually go off when I ignore them, right? And then they'll come back, and then the next time I'll just give them affection. And the next time I'll just give them a little pat on the butt. Right, Chico? And then the next time I'll give them more food. So you randomize it, and then you totally get rid of it. It's a work it out process. Now, this guy, he never shows what he does. So I don't know how he gets it. Right? So, I don't know. People are funny. Instead of like giving information and different solutions, right? If you listen to people that do it all different ways, then you have multiple solutions for a dog and a person. Because all the dogs are going to be a little different, and all the people are going to be a little different, right? We're all a little different, and nothing's going to work if the people don't do it. So if the people don't want to use food, the only way I know is to go leash pressure, right? Which I usually do both anyways. For recall specifically. Toys, I've used toys for recall. Like when I'm doing a work thing, but not when I'm out. When we're out free walking, I've never used toys. I have dropped the tennis ball once or twice. What I kind of don't like that is it's kind of impersonal, right? And you want your recall to be personal. So I guess you could use tug out there. Right now I don't have, I got one that likes tug. But pretty generally, food and affection, tug would be good because that's impersonal, that's with you. I don't know, there's something about just tossing the ball to them that I don't like. Yeah, the ball's coming from you. I don't know. Whatever, dude. You're ramble on. Yeah, I don't know why people have to have the extremes, right? Like the anti-e-collar people are like, you're hurting the dog. It's like that's extreme, dude. There are people that do it and they don't do it right, and you can tell. And then when you look at the vast majority of dogs that are on e-collars, they all look great. They just don't want to tell you that. Because people don't want to research. They want to get all in their feelings these days. They're going to listen to people that say the things that makes them feel good, and they're going to roll with it instead of going, well, let me check into this. And since I got onto that, that's another thing that commenters always say. I'd like to see them put that on and have their not so nice neighbors start shocking them with it. The thing is most people that use them have put them on and tested it on themselves. That's the first thing I did when I got it. I was like, why is there such an uproar about this stuff? Let me get one. And without anybody telling me to do it, I just got one just so I could see, because I'm a curious guy. And I was like, I don't understand what the big deal is here. It's like, this is like nothing. And then I turned it way up and I was like, well, that's like something. So this extreme way up, that's a little bit much, right? This way down here, you can barely even tell that it's happening. And then most of the people that use e-collars, they will have the client test it on their hand. And they'll say, see, this is how we start it. Boom, boom, boom. Especially if the clients are questionable about it. I try not to use them. I think one time I've helped people with it, that I said that that's what they needed, and it was 100% because they wouldn't change their life. Their kids would leave the door wide open, the dog would run out, it's right next to a big street. I'm like, so we did a lot of recall work, and then we put it on towards the end. And let me tell you, they were kind of awkward with it, but they did okay. So it was strictly because the dog had practiced running off, right? Where's oh, there it is. I don't know, whatever. I'm just saying, not everything's got to be the extreme like it is these days. People act like they're fact checking. They're just listening to the same people that are biased in their ways. Biased just like them. That was a great thing I saw yesterday. It said, so there are fact checkers that look up facts. How about we just have that called the news? I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was funny. Because the news used to be pretty trustworthy, and now it's not. It's all big money. Oh. Get that off your tail, dude. There we go. It's all big money, not news. If it ever was. You can tell by the way they talk, though. Unless you also are biased. I don't follow, I'm like a dog, dude. I don't follow emotional crap. If you start talking emotionally, I don't trust you. Like about stuff. About stuff that doesn't need to be emotional. Like the news. Should just be matter of fact, right, Chico? Just matter of fact. Just tell us matter of fact. This is what it is. Don't use emotionally manipulative terms. That bird's funny. You ready, dude?